Can y'all believe it? Okay, so I've not listened to the National Wake Up Call yet. I never listened to it on Monday, I'll be honest. Always catch the recording, but I will listen to it tomorrow. But I've already heard a bunch of the stuff, and I knew about some of it too. But there is a lot of stuff happening, but I don't want you guys to be too overwhelmed by any of it, and we will take it one thing at a time, right? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and we will go through all of our normal stuff, and then we're going to let Leisel talk to us and share with us about her business, and she'll do an awesome job. She's such a cool chick. All right, so let's see, guys. You guys can see my screen. I'm so lazy. I don't download these as a PDF. I just show you straight from Canva. But anyways, all right, guys, welcome to our team call. There'll probably be some more people hopping on. So we are, y'all, it is the last full week in May. So that means that it is time to get down to business. If Success Club is your goal, then this is really the week to make it happen, because if you are in our phase 2 group, I posted this morning that, you know, like, people are going to be checked out next weekend, starting probably Thursday, Friday. Like, seriously, people are going to be checked out. So, you know, we do have until May 31st at midnight to hit Success Club, or what, you know, next Wednesday too would be like a rank advancement day. But, you know, if you have goals, like, this week is definitely the week to hit them. And, you know, with the all access pass, with us doing like a 3-day refresh, with our coach recruitment, you know, there's really, there's a lot of good stuff out there for you guys to hit those goals. So, like, I want to encourage you, you know, if you have been slacking on inviting, if you've been slacking on follow-ups, even if you haven't, like, take it up a notch and get off this call tonight and go invite 10, 15, 20 people to your next challenge group. If our challenge group has already started and we need to start another one, say like the day after Memorial Day or June 5th or something like that, we can totally do that. Like, I will do anything that I need to help you guys, especially you newer coaches, hit your goals and get to Success Club. And so that is something that I definitely want you guys to be zoned in on. Don't like think it's already May 22nd and then we've got Memorial Day. I'm just checked out. I'm going to wait and invite in June. No, we don't think that way. Like, we want to hit those goals, not just because like there's fun prizes. A lot of you guys are trying to get your success starter, your free ticket to Summit, which is important. But also, guys, like, if I could stress the importance of hitting Success Club, not just to hit a goal, but like once you get to Emerald, if you don't hit Success Club, you lose leads. Let me stop this share for a minute because I'm like getting excited.
Did you mute yourself?
Sorry. Do you know how many points that I got this month just from leads? Okay. So like, I'm stressing, I don't know where I cut off, but like, if you don't hit Success Club and you're an Emerald and above coach, then you are losing money. You're losing Success Club points. You're losing possible coaches. You're losing like repeat customers in Shakeology. Like, you've got to make Success Club a goal, not just to win the cool prizes, not just for your ticket to Summit, which is awesome. But like, I probably had 6 to 8 points in Success Club points this month just from leads. People I've never talked to before that decided to order Shakeology. Maybe because I emailed them, maybe because they I don't know, they connected with me somehow. Maybe they just decided to do it. But like, Success Club is important for a lot of reasons, but I was thinking about that today, and there are quite a few coaches on our team who maybe are Emerald and above, and maybe you just haven't hit Success Club the last month or two, and you just let it slide and think, I'll hit it again next month, but literally you're losing money, you're losing potential points, you're losing potential coaches by losing that access to those leads. So it's really important. And, you know, like, you will always hear me push you guys to hit Success Club. I don't think that, you know, it's the end all be all if you miss it. You know, I definitely don't think that. But I definitely think it should be like a number one goal for you every single month. And I know that you guys can hit it. So let's go out there and do it. So I want to stress that for sure. But let me get back to my slide. We do have a guest coach tonight, and I'm really excited for you guys to hear about her. But I'll share more about her in just a minute. Okay, so obviously some of the really big news that we got from the National Wake Up Call, we knew this was coming, but it was not official until today. But Beachbody is going international. Like I said, I have not listened to the Wake Up Call yet. I will listen to it tomorrow, but I've heard a lot about it in our leadership groups. But we are going international in the UK. And so that's exciting, guys. Like, I don't want that to overwhelm you. I don't want you to think, I don't even know what to do with that, because honestly, like, I didn't. But next Monday, I'm going to share how we can approach this. Obviously, nothing is happening yet. We will not actually officially go international until the fall. I don't even know if we have a date, an official date that will launch, but it will be in the fall. I think that I've heard probably September, October. And so what that means is that our market is expanding, which means that, our reach is expanding, the potential customers, potential coaches is expanding. And you may think, I don't even know anybody in the UK. Well, thank God above that is what social media is for. That's what we work our business through, social media. And we are going to talk hashtags. We are going to talk groups. We are going to just talk all kinds of stuff for you guys to start doing some things now, and for me to start doing some things now to begin expanding our reach and begin expanding that audience in the UK, so that when it does launch, we will have like a group of people, a group of followers who will be ready to get started and join our challenge groups and become coaches. And, guys, like, I don't even know the potential. Like, I know the potential is huge, but like, if you market this, if you follow this, if you jump on this, obviously there are still tons of people in our own backyards, right, to help. There are tons of people for us to help in the United States, and we continue to help those people. We don't like just drop everything and go all UK, right? But it's going to be something that, like, if we don't take advantage of it, like, again, it's just an opportunity miss. But it's really exciting, and I think that's a cool thing. And, like, Andrea was hoping that we would go into, like, South America, but I'm sure all that is coming, but definitely one thing at a time. We know we don't want Beachbody to get too overwhelmed by all this stuff. So Success Club leaders, this is where we are at as a team, and this is definitely, like, a lot of you guys have jumped up into Success Club 5 and higher. So way to go, guys. Like, definitely some newer coaches, Rachel and Mandy, have hit Success Club already, which is very exciting. And so, like, whoever's on this board, and you see names up there regularly, people who are hitting Success Club early and often. Guys, don't be afraid to reach out to people. We share lots of tips and lots of things, but don't be afraid to reach out to people and say, I see your name on the leaderboard all the time. How do you do that? Do you have any tips? Because I know that people are happy to share and go above what you get in our Coach Basics and in our Phase 2 group. But so many of you guys, all you guys with 2 or 4 points, like, you are just like inches away from hitting Success Club, and you need 1 or 2 more people. I know that a lot of you guys, I've talked to quite a few of you guys out there who don't have any points, but you are, like, just on the verge of it. You're in those conversations. You've got links out there. You're following up. So just keep doing it. At this point, if you want to run like a Memorial Day special, put out an ad tonight or something and talk about your next challenge group. It starts June 5th, but things are going to get crazy with Memorial Day, and they might want to get back on track immediately after. You could give away a 3-day refresh to the next one person, or do a raffle for the next 3 people that order your or sign up with the challenge pack. You're going to put them in a drawing for a 3-day refresh. And they can start that after Memorial Day. We have that. It's a team 3-day refresh group that's going. I had some people that started today. I've got another group starting next Tuesday. Get creative, but definitely, guys, like, follow up with everybody that you have talked to, that you have sent links to, that you've connected with, that you've started conversations with. Like, if you're tracking and you have that list, like, follow up big time today and tomorrow, and talk to those people, encourage them, answer answer their questions, handle objections. Objections don't mean the conversation stops. That just means that someone needs more information, and it's our job to give it to them, all right? I've heard lots of people, lots of coaches on our team and other teams say that they're just getting lots of objections now about people waiting until next month. And, I say to that, like, if I get that objection, people say, I think I'm just going to wait until next month. I'm like, why? What are you waiting for? Nothing's going to change between now and next month. If you really are ready to get started, then let's do it now. That'll give you 1 or 2 more weeks to get a head start on your fitness and your results for summer. Don't wait until next month. And if you, like I said, if you want to incentivize them in some way and you need those points, then you can do it. So let's keep going. Okay. Okay. So this is another thing. Like I said, there's lots going on in Beachbody Land. And you guys have probably seen this or heard Carl talk about it. I know there's a sponsored ad out there by Carl Deichler and stuff. But Sean Week. All right. This is a week. It starts June 12th. And it is literally just 7 days of Sean T workouts in Beachbody On Demand. All right. Do you know how many people out there love Sean T? How many people have done Insanity, have done T25? Like, people love this man. And I'm a little bit nervous because it says it's raw and unfiltered. I don't even know exactly what that means because Sean T can get a little crazy. But this is going to be 7 days of workouts just on Beachbody On Demand, all right? And so if they're, this is for anybody. You could do like a free challenge, like if you wanted to make contacts, get people with VOD memberships, June 1st, it's going to change. Like when people sign up for Beachbody On Demand free trial, it's not going to be 30 days. It's going to be 14 days. And they're going to have access, the way I understand it, to all the workout programs in Beachbody On Demand. So like you could literally do a free 7-day group. All right. Have everybody do these workouts. You could give them a free meal plan. You could, obviously do it with them, post your videos in that group for accountability and get people understanding what Beachbody On Demand is, what a challenge group is, about the accountability. Like, this is a huge tool, especially for people like, I'm thinking like Jade. She loves Insanity. She's done Insanity. Carly's done Insanity. This is a huge, huge tool for people who like those workouts, those high cardio, intense workouts. So definitely utilize that and tell your current customers about it. I'm going to send out an email to all my current All Access customers and encourage them to, try it and use it. When would you start advertising? If you're at Success Club, I would go ahead and start talking about it. If you're not at Success Club, I would wait. I would hold off until June to utilize that for sure. But yeah, what is that? June 12th? That's 3 weeks away. Is that right? So yeah, you could definitely talk about that now if you're already at Success Club. But if you're not, you want to get people focused, unless you're going to use it to encourage somebody to buy a challenge pack, right? The All Access challenge pack. You could use it, but I wouldn't advertise it if you're not at Success Club for sure. That's a good question, Tracy. All right. So, I sent a coach on our team today. Does anybody have any questions about that? Y'all know how to use the chat bar or just wave me down. But I was talking to a coach today on our team about recruitment. And, Timmy and I are running 2 sneak peeks this month. So we're going to do it together as a team, our 2 teams. And we are running one Wednesday. Timmy and I are going to lead a Zoom call at 8 o'clock this Wednesday. And, you guys, if you have people who join the sneak peek, if you have people who are interested, please, please, please let us know. We would love to have you talk on that call. But at this point, we're planning on it just being me and Timmy. You can invite people. But then next Wednesday, and we're just doing this to kind of switch it up, see what works, give people different opportunities to hear from different people. And then next Wednesday, we're going to, remember last month we did that team-led business opportunity call where we all went live for 10 minutes. We're going to do that next week. So I am looking for people who want to participate in that, people who want to share their story. We all go live for about 10 minutes in the group. We share our story. We talk about coaching. We share some of the details. And it's very high energy. It was a lot of fun. And it is designed to let people see who we are as a team and to understand what that coaching opportunity can do for them. And so so there's 2 opportunities. So I want to encourage you guys to be recruiting. Because honestly, Summit is it's less than 2 months away now. And so like, we really want to hit those goals. You know, I put out that challenge for anybody who wants to hit diamond. If you hit it by Summit, and you hold it for 6 weeks, then I am going to pay you $100. Okay. You have to put 20 bucks in the pot. You have to tell me that you want to do that. But if you hit diamond or above, you know, I was thinking about this, like, Tracy, you're already a diamond coach. If you hit 1 star, you know, like, I will pay you $100, because I think it's that important. I think that recruiting and growing your team, if you want to build an income, if you want to build a business, if you want the ripple effect to spread, like, we have to grow a team. We have to find people who want to recruit, or who want to work this business. And so, thank you, Andrea. You're awesome. There are 51 days left until Summit. And so the sooner we get people started, the sooner we get people results, the sooner we help people build their business, then the more people, honestly, that we get to help, and the more quickly that we hit our own goals. So I have posted that team, that closed team sneak peek in our team page, and I'm pretty sure Timmy has as well. So guys, you know, make those coaching posts, give those call to actions, invite your current challengers, invite your customers, send them an email with the link to that group, talk about the sneak peek, you know, share your story about coaching, and invite people to these sneak peeks. You know, tell them there's no obligation. But again, go back to that team call we did last month. Use strong wording. Don't tell people this business is easy. Don't make it all seem just warm and fuzzy. I mean, it's awesome, and the feel goods are good, but it takes hard work. And we want to find people who are willing to put the time into it, to sacrifice some things maybe a little bit, and to really do the work to make a difference, because this business does make a difference. Like, we are helping people, and it's very exciting to me. And so, do you guys have any questions about any of that? Or is there something else I should have covered before I turn it over to Leisel? Timmy, can you think of anything that I should have covered that I missed? Okay. All right. Well, I am excited to turn this over to Leisel. We actually connected before New Leader Conference in February, and somebody told me to reach out to her because they knew both of us, and they thought we would connect well, and that we were both going to the New Leader Conference. And so we connected before, and then we actually got to meet, and she's just awesome. She has like tons of energy. She is I can't remember what you teach. You'll have to tell us, but I know she teaches, and she is busy. She probably does not have a lot of time to work her business while she's at her job. She and her husband have you moved yet?
Not yet. On June 4th.
They are moving from West Virginia to Pennsylvania. And so she's a busy gal. She's a 2-star, and she is growing a team. And she is just like, we bounce ideas off of each other. She's a really, really, really cool person to know. So if you don't follow her, you might want to, and see how she does this. And she's also doing Shift Shop, which is really cool. I'm really jealous about that. So I'm going to turn it over to her and let her share with us about her business.
You would not be jealous if you had to complete the workout we did this morning. Guys, it is insane, like in a really, really good way, but we're getting our butts kicked here in week 3 for sure. So stay tuned. Yeah. And seriously, follow me over on Facebook. I love to, connect with you all, and you can, see our little Shift Shop journey. So Rachel, it is just an honor to be here tonight with your team. I know just from what she's told me that you guys are a rock solid team, and something that you should be really proud of being a part of. You guys are really incredible. So it's an honor to be here. And just like Rachel mentioned, I am a I guess they technically call us 2017 Premier Coaches, but I'm a 2-star Diamond Coach. I'm also a Success Club 10 All-Star, and I'll talk a little bit about why that is the bread and butter, why I really truly feel that that's where I've become successful in my coaching journey. And like she said, I'm also, building my own team, Forever Faithful Fitness. It's been a rocky road for sure. Recruiting is a tough thing, guys. So, when Rachel's talking to me about recruiting and all that, just know that it's hard and it's something we all have to really, really work for. But don't ever give up on it. Just be bold and get out there and talk about your coaching story and what it's done for you. I found when I do that, that is when I find success. And like she said too, I'm super, super busy. So I'm a full-time teacher. I teach 4th and 5th grade actually currently. This is my last week with these guys, and I. He recently graduated from medical school, and we are moving to Eastern Pennsylvania for his residency program. So we are in the midst of a move and wrapping up things here in Virginia before we move along. I also just recently graduated my master's degree. So like Rachel mentioned to you guys, I don't have like hours upon hours to run my business every single day. And I can't do it at work really. Being a teacher, most like Facebook and things like that are blocked at school so kids can't get on. So I'm really limited to my time. And that is probably what makes things so hard for me. But before I get to that, I wanted to just kind of share my story a little bit with you and the time that I realized that, like I got out of my own head and I really started moving my business forward. So, I became a coach 2 years ago this June, actually. So I'm moving up to my 2-year mark in coaching, and I started. It was around this time. 2 years ago, I was in an April Slim Down for Summer challenge group. Prior to that group, my current coach messaged me, guys, about since September over and over and over again. She never, ever gave up on me. She just kept inviting me and following up with me, and I was ignoring message after message after message. But the secret is I was watching her, because I actually a year prior to her inviting me to the challenge group, I made a commitment to myself that I was going to get myself under control my entire life. Like I'm talking, like I can remember since kindergarten being made fun of the little girl that was overweight. Like my classmates made fun of me all the time. Every year in school, I was completely insecure. I was ashamed of who I was really as I grew older and older. And I was just trapped in a body that I couldn't get out of. I was just so, if you've been on a journey like that and you've lost a lot of weight on your journey, you know what I'm talking about. Like you just, there's that barrier there, and your greatness is within there. I'm a 100% advocate of that my greatness is within. And I made that change after Christmas morning 3 years ago, when I just saw a picture my sister posted on Facebook, and I saw myself, and it was that like, bam, like you got to make a change. You got to do something for yourself. So I just started working out and trying to eat healthy. Like I went on Pinterest, Googled healthy recipes. I was just trying to do it all on my own. I went to an Anytime Fitness. I worked out, I had a lot of excuses with my workouts. Like I would be exhausted from teaching after, a long day of teaching. If anybody's a teacher on here, you know how the days can get. I would try to work out after work. It was an extra 10-minute drive from my already 40-minute commute. And I had a lot of excuses, but I did. I was making to the gym about 2 or 3 times, 3, 4, maybe sometimes a week. And seeing really great changes. I actually lost about 35 pounds on my own. And anyway, getting long story short, as Allie, my upline coach, was messaging me over and over and over again, I was watching her, because I know if you've ever been on a journey, that yo-yo effect, I was the classic yo-yoer. I was so going back to my old ways in the springtime and through those winter months. And I was watching her, and I knew I needed something a little bit more. So there came Allie, there came the challenge group. I did the 21-day fix in that group, and being a part of that literally was my missing piece. It changed my life. I'm sure many of you experienced the same. So I knew that, this is really, really cool. And I was interested in coaching. Like I was kind of watching and keeping an eye on the coaches in the group, but Allie did ask me to become a coach. And I said, heck no way. I'm about to start graduate school. It's like in state testing mode time. Like I don't have time for that right now. And I told her no. And then she threw me into a sneak peek anyway. And I ended up starting coaching in June. And from the get-go, when I started my coach training, I think the key to my success now is seeing success right off the bat as a brand new coach. So I had it in my head that oh my gosh, if I could just cover the cost of my Shakeology, if I can just share my story and have it change one person's life. Like I had my mom honestly on my radar. I'm like, oh, she'll sign up with me, and I can help her get healthy. And my mom actually, like my very, very first challenger is my mom, and she lost guys over 50 pounds with the 21-day fix. She's still rocking it out. She's like, I'm like, Mom, you want to try something new? And she's like, no, I love my cat. I love 21-day fix. And she won't go away from it. But long story short, she made amazing changes. But I right away got rid of that limiting belief in myself, because not only did I help my mom, I helped my sister, I helped my cousin, who is one of my rock star superstar diamond coaches on my team. And I helped 14 people as a brand new coach. I hit Success Club 28 in my first month as a coach, and I saw that instant success and that instant drive to just want to do more. And from there, guys, I hit the ground running, really. That was that moment, that instant success really is what made it happen for me. So I encourage you, and I strive for this with my own new coaches, to let them get those first small wins, because that was huge for me. And that's what made me just immediately have that mindset that I could do anything in this business, and I can't limit myself to that one person. Why the hell not go out there and help 14, right? So that has always been my mindset. Now, I'll be honest, I had so my whole first year of coaching was Success Club numbers. I did really, really well. I was growing as a leader, and I was stoked in this last September to be invited to the Destin retreat. And I think I shared this story with Rachel, but I was so excited to go to that retreat. It meant the world to me to be in Florida with Melanie Mitro and living in a house with Val Bazo, and just in all my glory with all of these top leaders in the team. But when I came back from Destin, I hit a serious pit in my business. I still was hitting Success Club, but I lost my ambition. I lost my drive. I started getting excuses in my head. After being surrounded by all those amazing, amazing leaders, I said, those excuses ran through my mind. And you might have these in your head sometimes too. If only I could work my business full time, like so-and-so over there. She has all this time to do all this awesome stuff and make great posts and da-da-da-da. Or if I could just have more time like she does. Or if I could only have amazing skills at making images on Facebook, all those things that run through your mind. And I was playing that nasty, nasty comparison game that I never played before Destin. I had to really just take a step back and realize that my excuses were getting me absolutely nowhere. If I wanted that success like they had, then I had to be that success. I had to put my blinders back on, put my boundaries up, and focus in. And really where I had to focus in is my mindset. So what helped me get through that time is going back to why I did what I was doing and why I wanted this to work out so darn much, guys. I had to shift the excuses, and this is what kind of really helped me. I refocused on my why. I knew rock solid what my why was, what I wanted to do. And I shift those excuses to make and turn them kind of into my why, honestly. Because the cold hard truth, guys, is that I love teaching, but I hate working full time as a teacher. I hate it. I feel I have a passion for it. I'm a really good teacher, but I will, and I say this with I will, because it's not an oh maybe. When Jordan and I decide in a few years to have children, I will retire from teaching. And that is why I work every single day, because I want to be 1,000% present in my children's life. I want to be present for my family. Jordan's going to be a doctor. He's going to have limited hours. I want to make sure our kids are loved, cared for, and they have every opportunity in life. And to me, that means staying home with them. So that is what Beachbody does for me. It gives me that hope for the future that I'm able to push for every single day. And you have to have that reason. And then, so I can, it's going to be really freaking hard, but I have that reason behind me every day. And that's why I get it done. How exactly, where is my mindset? Like, how am I getting this done? And, it's still a long road ahead. Like I said, we will be having children in a few years. We are in absolutely no way, shape, or form in a rush to have kids, but I want to set myself up for that success. And guys, I have two top takeaways for you tonight. Two things that I see as number one in my business that I hope you can take away tonight and make your own and put into action, especially this week. And I know you guys are fired up and you're ready to end this month strong after just listening to your announcement. So number one, Success Club is the only, and guys, I am so serious about this. I mean it. The only way to success in this business. I'm sorry, but I'm really not that sorry. Like I have a really hard time. And this is a little tough love, but I have just a really hard time understanding why you aren't hitting Success Club. If you don't, you're not growing your business. And like every single one of you here are just so stinking capable of doing it, of helping those 2 to 3 people every single month. Like there's no secret behind it either, guys. You just have to show up every single day. There's that Aristotle quote, and I always goof it up, but it's like, we are repeatedly what we do. Excellence then is not an act, it's a habit. So make your actions daily into habit. When I form my plan for my day, working out and eating healthy and reaching out to people and celebrating people's wins are just like habit. That's what I do every single day, every day. I do my workout at 4:30 in the morning before I go to work, because if I didn't, it wouldn't get done. Because, teacher life, like I know in my head, if I don't do it in the morning, it is not going to get done. And it is a non-negotiable for me, for myself, and for my business. Eating healthy is the same way. Product is the product, guys. Working out, eating healthy, reaching out to people, invite every single day. And then when your challengers and your coaches and yourself, rooftops, and you celebrate that every day, there is something, I am convinced, there's something that you can celebrate every day in this business, whether it be on your team pages, on your social media, sending a text to a challenger who's just like killing it in your group. Like, you got to celebrate too. And guys, this just sounds really, really familiar. It's called the 4 vital behaviors. That's it every single day. And they're simple, right? But you gotta show up consistent every day. Somehow you gotta make it work. Whether you sit down for an hour and power through your day, that's what I do. I gotta do a power hour. I gotta sit down, put those blinders on, focus. I turn on my Spotify and I go until my fingers are blue from typing. And maybe for you though, you have to work in little pockets. Like you might do your invites in the morning for 20 minutes, and then you might check into your groups, at lunchtime or whatever works for you. But you gotta it doesn't matter how you do it, you just have to do it every day. Okay, so that's my number 1, gotta hit Success Club. Number 2, you gotta work with intent. You have to have intention on what you're doing every day. So you gotta give yourself a little gut check. When I was in that pit in my business, when I was just like so down and out, I was not working with intention at all. I was so like in just that weird spot where like everything I second guessed and all this stuff. I had no schedule to follow. There was no daily action there. So just give yourself a gut check right now. Like, are you utilizing a planner? Do you have some kind of, system going on where you can make sure that you put those things in your schedule, those 4 bio behaviors that we just talked about that we have to consistently do? Like, are they on your planner for a day? What I do, I have the really, really fancy, and you don't need the really, really fancy. I honestly wish I wouldn't just put my blinders on in my leadership groups and not order this really, really expensive planner. But I have the Brilliant Life Planner. It's not necessary. Any planner will do. But I do sit down every night And so like it's blank for all the end of the week. So I sit down daily, really nightly before each day. And I plan out my schedule. And one thing I do like about the Brilliant Life, and you can find, planners like this at Target, but it goes like hour by hour in the day. So you can really like kind of focus on like where you're at during each day. Like in the morning, I have things that I need to do in the morning, and I cross them out along the way. And then like at 4 o'clock tomorrow, I'm going to post a transformation story about my sister. And then from 5 to 6, I have my power hour scheduled. And then at 6:30, I have in here, I need to post my dinner post for the night. Like, and then, so I have a plan of action for tomorrow, and I have a plan for what I'm going to be posting. So not just the times that I need to be working, but what I am going to be posting, it gives me a little bit of time. I already tonight, while I was kind of waiting for you guys to get started, I went into my notepad and my phone and I typed out my post. My early morning workout post for tomorrow is already typed up and ready to go. There's no shame in that. Nobody knows that. I'm talking like it's real time, but no one knows I already did that the night before. My dinner post for tomorrow night is actually what we ate tonight. I snapped a picture before we ate, and then I was able to pull off the recipe and type up a little story about the shift shop and how it's working with our nutrition plan. So that's all ready to go too. I'm not sitting at the dinner table tomorrow night when I should be engaging and talking with my husband. I'm not going to be sitting there typing out a post about the recipe that we're enjoying that night. So it takes a little bit of time, but just have intention and think ahead and schedule ahead. It helps me tremendously. And I really lied to you. I actually have 3 things. Set your boundaries. So when I left Destin, I also left there with people telling me, oh my gosh, whatever you do, just get yourself a 2-star, get yourself a new leader conference, da-da-da-da. And I was pushing so hard for that. I'm so glad I did. Don't get me wrong. I'm really, really glad I pushed for new leader. I'm really, really glad I pushed last year in the fall for 2-star. But at the same time, it got me buried and trapped, and it made me to the point of a breakdown. I was actually home for Thanksgiving break right in the midst of my 6-week qualification for 2-star, and things were a little rocky. And, I had to pull some things off and, make it happen, and I did, but I was really, really overwhelmed and stressed out. At that time, I was sending like double invites, making double connections, talking to so many people, which is amazing and incredible, but I overdid it for myself, and I ran myself down. I had no boundaries. So I had to, after I had a lovely breakdown at my house, visiting my family in Pennsylvania, my sister just, honestly, she pulled me aside. She's like, you're freaking going crazy, girl. And she's like, handed me a glass of wine, and we sat down, and I just lost it all, and I had my moment, and I let it go, and she helped me. She's my accountability partner, actually, my sister. She lives in Chicago. She's a law student. She really has no idea what Beachbody is about, but she knows that I overdo it, and she just sends me messages like, hey, are you spending too much time today? What are you doing tonight to take time for yourself? Or she's just really, really good at keeping me accountable. And she'll call me out. You have to find somebody that will call you out for it. My sister 1000% will call me out if I'm not following my word. So she's been great since then. And I've since then been able to really focus in on the time that I can run my business. And some just quick tips for you. I set a timer. So when I'm working on my power hour, I say, okay, I want an hour to do this. I'm going to work from 6:15 to 7:15. And I set my alarm to go off at 7:15. And when that alarm goes off, I'm done. I actually leave my phone in the other room. So I have to physically get up, remove myself from my computer screen, and go turn off that alarm. And I set a really, really, really annoying alarm so that I can't stand to listen to it for more than 20 seconds. So, whatever gets done, and whatever doesn't gets put on my schedule for the next day. And that was so hard for me to come to terms with, but it is so, it's the most incredible feeling ever. Like I said before, just set your schedule. Use a planner, guys. Don't run on the haywire in this business. Just find yourself a planner, or get one of those notepads with a to-do list, and just have a plan of action every day. And really, I learned a lot about this in Destin, and this was one of the best things I did take away from it, was balancing your business and your life. And communication is so key in that. I was not balancing business and life. I never took time for myself. I never sat down for more than 2 seconds for, that grokky time. My husband was left in the dark over and over and over again. We weren't communicating. He was becoming frustrated. That caused a lot of tension in our household. Like it was just a really, really not pretty scene. So if you're there, refocus there. Sit down with your spouse or, your friends and just explain to them what you're doing. Make them aware of why you're doing, for a lot of the outsiders looking at it, looks like you're just messaging people like nonstop on Facebook or like playing around on your Facebook page or Canva or whatever you're doing. And they don't realize what you're doing. If you just take that time to explain it to them, as hard as it is, it makes such a world of difference. And just communicate, like tonight, Jordan was like, oh yeah, Bachelor, it's tonight. Like we watch it all the time and we're really excited it's back. But I was like, well, actually I'm guest hosting on a call. But I gave him a lot of warning about that. So he was like, okay, no big deal. Like I'll just have the DVR recording it. And when you're all done, you can watch it fast forward when it's all over. Right. So we have a plan. And we're open. It wasn't like, oh, I have a team call, forget it. Like, I'm not watching that with you tonight. Watch it on your own. I'm like, no. Like, we sat down, talked about it, and we just kind of switched around our plans. So, just communicate. That is so key. And and take time for yourself too. Like, go get yourself a pedicure. Go pamper yourself a little bit. You have to do that stuff. You got to work really hard, and you have to be super consistent in this business. But you deserve that time for you and that balance for you too. So I just leave you with this. Just know, guys, that you are capable of absolutely anything that you want to do. Be your own superhero. Be your own, power, I don't know, like superstar. You could literally astound yourself. Like if you just stop thinking about the things that you're not capable of and realize that you are, you're going to astound not only yourself, but this entire world and your followers and your business and Team Beachbody. So make that your mission every single day and go out there and invite and hit Success Club. Do it. You guys can do it. I had to throw that little pitch in there because I know Rachel is trying to pump you up tonight. And you guys can do it. Stop, don't live in those limited beliefs. So I am done rambling. I feel like I just I gotta breathe. But I will, if you have any questions, I'm more than willing to answer them.
Yeah. If y'all have questions, be thinking or type in or unmute yourself. But what is your goal by summit for your business? Do you have a goal by summit?
I do. I would love, I'm pushing for my business to be 4-star, actually. Okay. We'll probably be in qualification, but I have some coaches that are really, really super close to hitting diamond. So that's my goal, is to help them reach that. I told them the other day, I want this for you. And watching you be successful is why I do what I do as a leader. So that is my goal.
That's awesome. Do you guys have any questions for her? Maybe about how she manages her time, or let's see. Timmy, you can unmute yourself if you want to, but she said, go ahead, unmute yourself, Timmy.
I was just saying, I'd love to hear how other people with, jobs and stuff, how they fit it into their schedule. Like, how do you decide what your schedule is? What do you do? Walk us through your day. Cause I always think somebody can grab stuff from that.
Yeah, sure. So like I mentioned, my pretty much my wash, rinse, repeat of every day. I get up, like I said, really, really early at 4:30 to work out. And that's just something that's become habit. It was hard at first, but I just do it. And I work out in the morning. As soon as I'm done with my workout, like I said, I usually have my posts kind of planned out. But I post on my Facebook. I also go into my challenge tracker and I post my challenge group, and I check in with everything that kind of flowed through the night. Because after about dinner time, like I don't really check into my challenge tracker. So I have lots of posts to catch up on by that point. So I've already in the morning, I've already worked out and posted and checked in with my challengers. And then I get ready for my day, shower, all that stuff. And then before I leave for work, I answer any messages that came through overnight too on my messenger. So I'm hitting that in the morning because I usually invite, and I'll talk about this later, but in the afternoon. So, it's hitting those messages that I didn't get to after dinner time the night before. That gives me a lot of sanity. Like I just don't like to leave for work in the morning with like knowing that I haven't checked into my challenge group or that I haven't messaged people back. So then, like I said, I'm teaching all day long. I really can the only thing I can really do at work is check into the challenge tracker. That's not blocked on my phone. So I'm able to do that. I can't really get onto Facebook or Messenger with my job as a teacher. But then I do get home from, I'm like looking at my schedule. I get home from work around like 3:30 or 4, and I get right to work. I usually sit down first. I check into my groups once more at that point. Any training groups going on, any pages. I'm a part of leadership groups, things like that. I do that for about 15 to 20 minutes. And then I get started with my power hour. I'll be honest, my invites and messages, they usually take me about an hour themselves. I really take time to make connections with people, and that is the most valuable use of my time as a coach, in my opinion, is to really put value into my messages. So I said about an hour. Like when I say power hour, in my mind, that's inviting, connecting, adding friends. Like that's the power hour part, not really like group check-ins. So I spent an hour solely doing those, like, those power fours, like connecting, inviting, all those. And then after that, like if I have extra time that evening, I might spend like maybe another hour, or a half hour here and then a half hour after dinner, just, planning out my posts for the next day, snapping those pictures, making them look nice on Photify or whatever. And then just doing those extras, like setting up trainings, running events and, things like that, just those extra things that come along, helping my team out, like engaging in my team page, reaching out to my coaches, things like that goes into my extra time. And as a coach, there was this point where even now, like with moving and things like that, at the end of the school year, like there's some days I don't have that extra time, and I just don't. And I have to be okay with that. And there's some, when I was in graduate school, I sometimes only had 30 minutes to do my invites, and I had to be okay with that. But you have to just make sure that no matter what your schedule looks like, you just gotta show up every day. That's the bread and butter of it. So, I just make sure that I sit down every night and have a plan, because I know I have to show up. So there's no days off for me. I don't do like days off of coaching, really. Like like some people are probably like, oh, that's awful. But for me, like I love it, and I love doing what I do, and I show up every day, like in some way, shape, or form. It's not always beautiful. Like I don't always, send 10 invites. Some days it's 2. But I try every day, and I think that's really, really important.
Yeah. I think, just like we learned from day one, whatever you do, so long as you're consistent in it, then you're building momentum. Yeah. And it's that momentum that matters, because like I hear coaches all the time, life, I know life gets crazy. I know life gets overwhelming, but that means you maybe like post twice a day and do 1 invite a day, but you keep going no matter what, because like when you stop, like you just.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Don't ever stop.
And you lose credibility.
Yes, absolutely. Because if you stop one day, then it's really easy to stop the next day. Like just when we work out and stuff, like if you're like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Like, well, what happens? Like you don't, so it's just like that. But.
Yeah. Awesome. Does anybody else have any questions before we go? I appreciate you so much.
Oh, I appreciate the opportunity. It's been so fun to talk to you guys.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all we got. And we will see you at Summit.
Yes. I can't wait. Please come on. I can't wait to meet you all. It'll be so fun.
It'll be good. All right, girl. Well, all right, guys. Well, that is all I've got. So we'll meet back here next Sunday, and we'll talk about going international. Okay.
Bye.
Good night.